The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha and welcome to the Art of Painting with Rockwood. I'm Rockwood and this is my studio. On today's episode, we are going to paint a purple octopus. Stay tuned. All right, so let's get started. Last night, I painted this 16 by 20 canvas. This is an actual canvas, not a board like we usually do. And so what I'm going to do, I've already started that. I just wanted to show you guys how I do that. This is my transfer paper. It's kind of like a chalk kind of thing. So when I lay my drawing over the top of this, pull that down like that, and then I can trace where I need those lines to get my artwork on here. I'll do this really quick, but I wanted you guys to see how this works. And this paper can be got at pretty much any art store. It also washes off really easy with soap and water, Windex, any kind of window cleaner kind of stuff. This is actually going to be fun because this is something I've never done for you. I use this all the time, but I told you I was going to show you how I use oil paint. Well, this is an oil paint. It's not what you would typically think of as oil paint. This is not artist's oil colors. This is a sign painter's enamel. So I will be using turpentine for my thinner. All right, let's see if we got everything. There we go. That looks great. Alright, so let me put this aside here. Take this off. Alright, this kind of paint is like really easy and really fun to use. And I'm going to do this in purple. So I'm going to mix a little bit of purple and blue together to kind of give me a nice color here. And this paint really blends nicely together, and it doesn't dry really fast like the acrylics do. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a really nice texture. What's really cool about this paint is it's really smooth. Touch of black. Get this. See how nicely that just blends like that? It's so easy to use. Unfortunately, this paint is not readily available at all your local art stores. But I do a lot of paintings where I use this paint. Let's get working on the same type of palette. As you can see, it's just paper plates. Which is readily available at all your big box stores, supermarkets, and other stuff like that. Put this around here. Now, I'm blending these colors together on my palette real easily, so really good. Like I said, I'm using turpentine, so every once in a while I will go get a little turpentine to thin this stuff just a little bit. You see that texture right there? That looks really cool. Love that texture like that. Right there. This is going to be kind of fun here because I have this tentacle here that tends to, it rolls. It's probably moving away. I also have, if you've watched my other shows, you know that I have what I call flow. What that flow does is that helps me to not necessarily thin the paint, but it helps it flow easier. And I have that for this type of stuff too. You see it looks almost like an oil because this is an oil-based paint. So it really makes that paint flow out smooth like that. Now let's go with some pink in here because I am going to paint the suckers. This part here. Take my black and put my shadow over here. When I paint surfboards, I use this paint a lot because it's easy to use and I can paint big areas quickly. Now, underneath the octopus, the sucker area has this pinkish color, so I'm going to do this like this. Flow. A little bit, not dark enough. can see how I'm trying to create that shadow on the back side of that sucker's looking. It's pretty. Pardon me. Pardon me, what's going on? And of course, like always, I have my reference material right here on my iPad. So when you pull the paint out of here, you can just see how smooth and nice it is. So now let's grab a little bit of I'll call this thing a blowhole, but I'm not really sure what it is. Let's grab a little bit of white. And like I said in the previous shows, nothing is just one color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub this in like this. And I'm going to take a little dab of yellow. In there like that. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm going to make a little bit of thinner black. Really thin. Put that little hole right there. Yep. Too thin. So basically what I'm doing is I'm erasing that paint from there. So you get that blue coming through there like that. So now that is awesome. Let's get this. So mixing a little bit of the blue and the yellow gives me kind of a nice little brownish color. So I can go in here, just put a little shadow here. Then we'll grab another brush and see this one here. Nice and soft like that. That makes it Looks like a shadow right there. So I'm going to take that black and we're going to blend that into this. There's also a shine on here, so I have to move it around a little bit to see what I'm doing. Switch up brushes here so I can get into the tip all the time. I don't know what they're calling this thing. Chemicals, I guess. That same thing, put the suckers on there. So color. Again with that flow. A little bit of black. Separate that a little bit right there. And the brush. And same thing right here, so I can show the separation between I call it a blender brush. It's basically just an old brush that I've retired from actually using to make really cool stuff. So this right here, I can put it in there and get a nice blend. So you can see instead of drying, it's starting to thicken a little bit, but it's still wet enough that I can move it around. Oh yeah. Just gonna jam this stuff in there right quick, because that's gonna be black up there. And yep. Okay. Black. What I'm doing is I'm pulling the color closer to this shadow area because I don't want it to be that dark right there. Good. You'll also notice that I don't wash my brush out every time. This is closer to us, so that brighter. Alright, so now with that black going up in here. Behind this. Get the shadow coming all the way down like this here. Now, mix the white in this pink. A little bit floating. I'm going to start with the flow in the thicker areas, and then I can bring it into the narrower areas. And I'm just taking just a dab of that flow. But it really does make a flow that you want. Alright, so it looks like we are getting really close to the end of this segment. Thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully you're learning something with this. And so let's grab some pink. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this because I love the way those things turn. Okay. Then we get my maul stick here. So what this does is this keeps my hand off the canvas so I don't drag my hand across the painting. And it allows me to make straight lines and follow that stuff real nice and smooth. All right, so I'm going to finish this here right now, and then what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day, and I will bid you a hooey ho, and I will see you on the next episode when we finish this up. Thanks for watching. Cool.